Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a discontinued gem from the house of Dior. It's a flanker of original masterpiece, which is known as Dior's Fahrenheit. It's one of the most bold, creative, and top seller sort of a fragrance which is still in the market, and it has quite a few flankers. I have three flankers so far. I tried so far five flankers of it, so I tried six Fahrenheit fragrances in my lifetime, which I'm extremely proud of and very happy about. This is one of my top favorite fragrances. I am done with one bottle. This is my second bottle of Dior's Fahrenheit 2015 formulation. So Dior's Fahrenheit, basically what it's all about, it's the petroleum note, there's the leather, there's the violets, there are the florals, there has some kind of like the masculine, bold, kind of like a rainy day, almost all year round kind of a fragrance, which is very complex. Even till date, there's nothing like it. Okay, so I do love Fahrenheit a lot. Many people do not understand, many people do not like it. I respect everybody, right? So the fragrance flanker that we have today is Fahrenheit Absolute. This bottle, the darker composition, darker brother of Fahrenheit, as you can see side by side, has a much darker bottle. I do not have a box. This is a tester bottle which I got from my brother, thanks to Mr. Parvez. Parvez bhai provided me with the bottle. He bought it for me, and I got it off from him. So we'll talk about this one today. I searched for it for 3 long years. All right, so you must understand, it's something that I treasure a lot. So first of all, I saw this first review, like review of this one first time. It was in 2014 or 15, I'm not sure, when Mark reviewed it, and he described it. It's like his favorite, one of his favorite Fahrenheit flankers, because it has this darkness. It's darker. It has the note of oud, and it's kind of like a mysterious kind of fragrance, which is very hard to find. And this fragrance, as I know, as I understand, was released for a very limited period of time, and they discontinued it. I tried to find it, couldn't. I was not successful. 2016 or 17, I saw it in one of the website in Bangladesh. They were selling it for 50 ml, like somewhere like $100. And I'm like, yeah, that's expensive for a 50 ml. I did not have much clue how much available it is. And I did my research in Amazon, eBay, everywhere. And then I started seeing the prices, and I'm like, damn, that's expensive. 200 something dollars for 100 ml. I'm not going to be able to do it. So let's go back to the website and take it off 50 ml. Went there, sold out. And then since then, I never seen this bottle anywhere, because very, very rare. So other two flankers I also have. Let me show you. The Fahrenheit Le Parfum and Fahrenheit 32. These two are also discontinued, and this is extremely hard to find. This is very expensive, 32. So Dior also has a lot of fragrance lines. Dior Homme line, Fahrenheit, Dior Eau Sauvage, Sauvage, and I have the Parfum version. I have three other. I have Dior Eau Sauvage Parfum, the original formulation 2012. Then I showed you Le Parfum, and also I have Dior Homme Parfum. So those are the Parfum version, but those are very dark. Fahrenheit Absolute is not a Parfum version, but it's an EDT, but it's a dark fragrance. So it's one of their darker fragrances. So I have a few other fragrances to show you as an example. If you love those, this is something similar, but this is very unique. This is a very unique take on Fahrenheit. First of all, as I don't have the box, let me show you the bottle for presentation. They have the typical Dior Fahrenheit bottle. I believe it came in like 50 and 100 ml, or maybe just 100 ml only. Side by side, this is much darker than the original Fahrenheit. This one has a sunset theme. This one also has a sunset theme. I love the poster of it. This guy is standing in the middle of the ocean during the sunset, and it's a little bit darker, the whole bottle different. Okay, and the cap is almost same, identical caps, and it says CD at the bottom. The Fahrenheit has a sticker, but this is tester, so it doesn't come with a sticker, but rather it has at the back the notes enlisted. Okay, so the notes read myrrh, incense, and oud. Fragrantica, you'll also find the note of violets. Okay, so this is a fragrance, I think, very mysterious. One of my most mysterious fragrances. I have it on my hand for some time. It's extremely potent. Let's talk about performance. Performance is very, very, very good. Okay, very, very, very good means it's really good. So Fahrenheit, original Fahrenheit, lasts on me like 7 to 8 hours every time I wear it, and it has much more projection. This one projects well, but it will be better on the evening time. In the high heat, kind of, I wouldn't wear this. Okay, so Fahrenheit I would wear anytime, sun or not, like winter, summer, anytime. It's very versatile as well. This one, season for it, I think it's and kind of mild cool weather, or dark, like really like deep winter cold weather, it would be perfect. But in the summer's night, you can also wear it, no problem. How many sprays? I would go one on my chest and perhaps one on back of my neck. That would be ideal. If you really want to project, I don't think you need to go a lot. It's this kind of fragrance you don't need to do a lot. Less is more. So if you really want to do one, just do one here, okay, or one there. So one on the chest, and like Mark says, or polypina, so like one on the chest and then go on and go on, like sorry. So anyway, so this fragrance is, as I was telling you, it's dark, okay. So performance, good. Versatility, perhaps 6 out of 10. I would not wear this in high summer's day. Sprays, as I told you. So who is it for? I think this is for mature noses. I'm not gonna put an age, like people who would be like 40 plus or 50. It seems like a 40 years old man would like it because it's darker. But if you have a mature nose already, okay, you have been testing a lot of other fragrances. If you happen to like bit woody, dark, incensey kind of smell, churchy kind of smell, you might enjoy this. So let me show you some fragrance. If you like those, you might enjoy this. If you happen to like this square Rocky Mountain Wood, it has a beautiful incense note in it with that woody smell. Very beautiful violets. If you happen to enjoy Zadig and Voltaire, this is him. This is a great fragrance for the incense lovers. Very beautiful fragrance. Fresh incense, okay, that one. Then if you haven't tried it, I think it's very rare to find, L'Eau d'Essai pour Homme or incense. This is a beautiful incense take on the fresh L'Eau d'Essai. And also, if you like the darkness of Encre Noire by Lalique. So yes, I have shown you some dark fragrances if you have better idea now. And I'll tell you one other thing, funny thing. This fragrance right here, Fahrenheit Le Parfum, I heard somewhere, I could be wrong, do not quote me on this one. I heard they made Le Parfum to replace the Fahrenheit Absolute because this one was discontinued and very hard to find. So they made this interpretation, which is supposed to represent the Absolute. But I would tell you one thing, the Le Parfum is a lot more brighter, it's fruitier, and it's boozier. This fragrance, I find it very beautiful. It's very fruity. It's very nice leather accord in it, and it's kind of like a boozy kind of take on Fahrenheit. There are some similarities with this one. I think it's kind of maybe on the dry down, but I would say the similarities are like 55 to 60% tops. So they are very different fragrances. If you happen to want both, you can definitely end up buying both if you're a Fahrenheit lover. But if you're not a collector, if you want to buy one Fahrenheit, that is the best. I would still say my number one is gonna be Dior's Original Fahrenheit. I'm not gonna lie. This is something that I wore the most. This is the one that has best projection, best versatility, best longevity as well. And this one is very easy to wear. And this fragrance gets noticed everywhere. The florals are just wonderful. But coming back to Fahrenheit Absolute, the notes, myrrh. Myrrh is used in Eau Sauvage Parfum. This. There's a darker take on the citrusy. Dior is just brilliant. They do these things brilliantly. Then, if you know the darkness of Dior Parfum, the darkness persists here, but there's no iris or any such thing. So what I get from it is, when I smell it, it opens up a little bit less bright or less aggressive than Fahrenheit. I do not get as much violet as I get in this one. This opens up a little bit smoky, dark, woody, and mostly dark. I keep saying it. Imagine this color of the bottle. It's kind of dark, but not dark to the point that it's like really burning incense. There's a fire going on. It's like a burning, like a forest or something. You do not get that sort of smoke. It's very nice, subtle smoke, and it's very sophisticated, very handsome, mature. I would even wear this for work. Okay, I heard Mark say it's good for funerals. Yes, I can see people wearing it because funerals are supposed to be dark times, sad times, tragedy. It doesn't smell only like tragic times. You can also wear it like if you're riding on a Harley Davidson bike, wearing all leather gear. I pick up a little bit nuances of leather in this. Very nice dark leather. So imagine that darkness of leather, smokiness, and the violets are there, but it's not as fresh as this one, or not as bright as this one. When I smell Fahrenheit is kind of like very petroleum. Like this one doesn't have quite the petroleum vibe that Original Fahrenheit gives me, but it does have the, like in the distant places. Like imagine you standing outside a club. This is how I'm gonna say it. Sometimes those clubs have big noises, but when you shut the door, then you just hear like boop, 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 like a distant kind of clubbing sounds, right? So it has those feels of Original Fahrenheit. It's muted, but the darkness and the smokiness, and then the oud. Here's the thing about oud. This doesn't smell like those Eastern oriental kind of oud that you find in Indian agar oud or Indonesian oud or Cambodian oud. This is very sort of like a westernized take on oud, and it's really one of the best oud notes I see in a designer fragrance. I used to have John Vervaetu's oud. I have tried mostly all designer ouds, right? And I like some of them like Versace Oud Noir. I love Hugo Boss bottle oud, and I also happen to love this one other oud that I love. Forgot the name. Anyway, so basically what I'm trying to say is this is one of the best oud based fragrance in westernized fragrances. So yes, it's dark, but it's not gonna burn your nose. It's mysterious but very wearable. It's bold, but at the same time you can pull it off in workplace. So that kind of fragrance. It smells, as I told you, mature men would love this. But if you see the prices going up $250 $300, I don't think it's worth that price. Unless you're a collector and you have the money, you can absolutely go for it. It's a collection worthy piece. I'm very happy that I have these Dior fragrances in my collection. Some of them are rare finds. It just feels great, you know. But in terms of smell, it's also collection worthy because of the smell, not just because it's hard to find. Okay, so yeah, Fahrenheit Absolute performance is great. I'll give it like if say Fahrenheit is like 10, I'll give this like 9 out of 10. It lasts a little bit less than Fahrenheit and projects a little bit less than original Fahrenheit. But if you ask me which one I like the most in Fahrenheit line, I'm gonna just go number 1 original Fahrenheit, number 2 Fahrenheit Absolute, number 3 I'm gonna go with Fahrenheit Le Parfum, number 4 I'm gonna go with Fahrenheit 32, followed by I tried the other two, Fahrenheit Aqua and Fahrenheit Summer. Summer seem very watery, not very long lasting, but the Aqua version is really good, long lasting, beautiful juice, 125 ml. So yeah, Fahrenheit line, absolute gem. I might end up buying Fahrenheit Aqua, which is the last piece that I want to complete my collection. And Fahrenheit Absolute, I think you definitely try to get a sample. You have to try this, you know, because if you're a Fahrenheit lover, this is a must try. But if you're not a collector or you're not a big fan of Fahrenheit, you may not enjoy this. It may come off as very depressing, very dark, ominous sort of fragrance that you may not appreciate so much. You may be looking for something more brighter, more playful. This is not a fragrance. So office, funerals, serious business trips, suits, mature men, colder days, perfect fragrance. Fahrenheit Absolute. Overall, this fragrance I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. Okay, this is really beautiful fragrance. Thank you once again, Parvez bhai, for taking all the trouble to get it for me. You guys should definitely try it once. I'll see you soon. Have a very nice day, very nice weekend. See ya. Bye bye.